Cool, yeah, I wasn't planning on eating this month anyway. I only get compensated on setting up meetings, no big deal. Yeah, so I'm going to be upfront with you. I see a lot of alignment here, and I'd love to set up a call with you sometime next week. Would you be interested? Oh, what is that? Take you off your list and never call back, and I should get a real job? Cool, yeah, I wasn't planning on eating this month anyway. I only get compensated on setting up meetings, no big deal. Got it. You don't accept solicitation calls. No problem. Out of calls for the day, won't be needing that headset anymore. Sorry you guys had to see that display. Those were just a couple cold calls I was making. Got absolutely body bagged throughout the day. Luckily, this is a new light. We're gonna turn the page here and talk about the untold truth of sales and my experience doing software sales for the last 2 years. Before we get into it, remember the quota for this channel is to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So make sure to help me and the channel out if you don't mind by hitting that nice big red subscribe button below. I was running an interview earlier for a potential new hire, and the candidate asked me, hey Trent, what's something I should know about sales that isn't commonly talked about? So I thought that was a great idea for a video, the untold truth about sales. And the untold truth is that you gotta be a little crazy to do sales. So what do I mean by that? We're at the end of Q3 right now. We've dealt with COVID, so a lot of deals have pushed back. A lot of deals and budgets have collapsed. So what I mean by that is in sales, there's a lot of uncertainty, ambiguity, and instability. A lot of your days are gonna be going up and then they're gonna go down, up and down. So the key, and based on my experience, is just to stay in a nice little middle ground where you're never too happy or you're never too sad. And that's a great place to be so you don't lose your mind. So in sales, as reps, we're compensated to drive revenue for the business, AKA make money. So how do you do that? You have a list of 1,000 accounts or 100 accounts, whatever your account book looks like. It's probably gonna be broken down into different revenue tiers. So for example, I work sub 1 billion accounts and 1 billion to 5 billion in revenue. Anything above that is more for our enterprise team. And you're compensated to follow all avenues and talk to as many people as you can to try and get initial meetings, build value, run deal cycles, and hopefully sell our products. And our goal is to align our solutions to the customer's problems. And the better we can do that, the more we can charge, the more money you're gonna make for the company, AKA the more money you're gonna make for yourself. So my experience, guys, I've been working at a leading software company for the last 2 years and about 2 months. It's been a fantastic experience. For anyone looking to get in sales, would certainly recommend it. I've been what we call a sales development representative, SDR. Some places are called BDRs, business development reps, and our job is essentially to generate pipeline. So that just means setting up initial meetings and hopefully qualifying those meetings to prove to be legit, that there's an actual potential business case, and that's gonna generate a pipeline amount. My goal since day one was to become an account executive, or AE, essentially someone that has their own book of business and works and closes deals. I'm really close to that point. I've made about 37,000 cold calls. So I wanted to bring you guys into my experience in sales and some different aspects of it that really aren't talked about it as much. One byproduct of sales that I think is really great that you guys should know about is you're doing so much talking to people and communicating that I've noticed an uptick in my confidence in my own personal and professional life just from having so many conversations and knowing myself, meeting other people. And I've noticed by making the ask, that's a big thing in sales. You gotta make the ask. If you want something, you gotta ask for it. And by making the ask so many times and being told no so many times, being hung up on so many times, people saying, I have no interest, making up random excuses so many times, you start to build up a tolerance to face adversity. And you really can do a lot more of what you want to be doing. I know this video is a little all over the place, so I hope it's adding some value or at the very least entertaining to you guys. One tactical piece of advice that you can take away from this video, a cold calling principle I have that I think is really good. It's great advice I got from a manager. When I first started, people said, hey Trent, you sound like a used car salesman. I naturally always had that charisma and excitement to make calls, but I would talk a little too fast, which you can hear right now a little bit. And when I start to get nervous, I'm not nervous right now, but sometimes talking to girls or in other situations, I'll get nervous and start talking really fast. sometimes when I don't really prepare and don't exactly know what I'm talking about, I'll start to talk really fast. So cold calling tip is if the call feels rushed, it's you who are rushing the conversation. Make sure to always control the pace. And if you need to take a little pause for power, so be it. But especially in your own life, whether if you make cold calls or not, something to think about is if you find yourself getting nervous, make sure you are controlling the pace of whatever conversation you start, and that will put you in a better position to get the outcome you want. The untold truth about working in sales is that there's going to be a lot of highs and lows. So like we talked about in the beginning, just be even keeled. If something really good happens, know that something really bad is probably going to happen shortly after, and vice versa. It's constant up and down, a pendulum of happiness and sadness at all times. So the untold truth about sales is if you're stable mentally, I'm not saying you're unstable, but make sure to be even keeled. And I think you'll do great in sales, and that's the message I wanted to deliver to you guys here today. If you have an interest in getting into sales, or you're already in sales and want other winning modern sales strategies that I use and that I learned from other people that I look up to, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter below, Quarter Life Sales. The link is going to be the first thing in the description below, and I really appreciate it. It's something I'm trying to build up to help the channel and you guys, so I think it's going to be really great. I'm putting a lot of time into it, so I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So make sure to look into that. And otherwise, let me know in the comments below anything I can help you guys with, whether it's getting a job in sales, how to stand out as a candidate, how to do better in your current sales role. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to collaborate. I don't know everything, but I'm trying to learn and get better. So I want to bring you guys into that process and help you guys get better as well. Let me know how I can help, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day. See ya.